What's up everybody, this is Master Ian Gamer, and we've got some more leaks for Overwatch 2. This time, two different image leaks, which are always my favorite because those are the most fun to analyze, which appear to be showing off promotional material for the upcoming new game, Overwatch 2. Are these real, or are they yet more fakes? This is Master Ian Gamer, and let's get into it. Now, these images first appeared on the Weak Aura's Twitter account, who beforehand had been posting some World of Warcraft leaks, which I won't be getting into since I don't cover World of Warcraft. However, they did show off this image in addition to those other leaks, claiming that this is some sort of official artwork for the upcoming Overwatch 2. This second image was posted in response to Weak Aura's original tweet showing off the leak, and this one appears to be a Japanese Coca-Cola advert showing off new Overwatch logoed Coke cans, which are apparently going to be coming once Overwatch 2 is announced. So now let's take a look at the Tracer image first. Right off the bat, I gotta say, the artwork on this looks fantastic. This is a very nice model of Tracer, I will go ahead and say that, but aside from just the high poly count and very nice detailing of her, we can see that some of the detailing on her outfit is actually distinctly unique from her original character design. Starting from the top and working our way down, we can see that the goggles, in fact, have been changed ever so slightly, so that these ones almost look more like safety glasses, I guess you could say, since they don't have the sort of white outline going all the way around them. Working our way down, we can see that around her neck, there appears to be what I'm assuming is supposed to be an oxygen mask. We do know that she is a pilot, of course, so her having an oxygen mask sort of built into her outfit makes sense from like a thematic point of view, but is something that's actually absent from her current existing model in-game. Continuing on, we see that the Chronal Accelerator has been significantly redesigned, taking on a similar yet distinctly different visual appearance, as well as now appearing to be underneath her bomber jacket instead of just attached on top of it. She's wearing some other sort of suit underneath, it looks like, but it's definitely a distinct visual design from how it originally looks. And lastly, moving to her shoulder, we can see this icon instead of the patch which was originally on her bomber jacket shoulder. The new icon says TRCR, presumably meaning Tracer, along with little arrows at the bottom, which are a bit different once again from what they looked like originally on her in-game model. I have to admit, overall, this definitely sticks out as a sort of like progression from like taking the original simplistic design Tracer has and then making it a bit cooler, a bit more detailed, which would be the sort of thing you might imagine happening in a sequel to Overwatch. The one big issue, however, is that this model is way too finely detailed. If this is real, and again, I'll be getting to whether or not I think it is in just a minute, this is absolutely not what she would look like in-game. The detailing, the lighting, the texturing is all too good. This is what she would look like in promotional material and probably the animated shorts going forward, but she would not have the same level of detail in-game. Even if there's a massive engine overhaul like what I talked about in my most recent video where I talked about what Overwatch 2 is almost certainly actually going to be sure to check that out if you haven't already, but considering players who don't have super powerful PCs in order to run the game, there's no way that this is going to be the standard for what heroes are going to look like, even if Overwatch 2 ends up being real. So again, that doesn't necessarily debunk whether this promotional image here is real or fake, but now let's move on to the logo next to her. This is where things fall apart. This logo looks terrible. I'll just flat out say it. It looks awful. The way that they just have the two, basically like a tumor sticking off the side of the otherwise flat monochrome Overwatch logo, it just looks bad. It doesn't look good from a graphic design standpoint. I found this fantastic comment on Reddit, which does a great job of outlining why exactly this image, at least the logo part of it, is so bad. So if you want, just go ahead and pause the video and read through it because they are absolutely right. This logo looks awful. It gets even even worse when you zoom in on the image and see some clearly botched edges, most notably on the two sort of part that's hanging off the side, where we can see at the top and the bottom, it almost looks blotchy, like someone did a poor job of sort of designing or cutting off the edges of it and left this sort of like weird sort of blotchiness that's just sticking off the edge. It looks bad. This is not something that Blizzard would officially ever put out. And I've seen some people say, oh, well, maybe this is just a screenshot from like an animated bit, and so it's like a sort of glitchy effect going on, which would cause a distortion in the image itself. And okay, fair enough, I could potentially see that, except again, the blotchy design of it isn't what it would look like if the image itself was being distorted and you got like a snapshot of it mid-distortion. This just looks like a bad Photoshop job. And plus, if it was part of a distorted sort of flash on screen, then why is Tracer not distorted at all? Her image looks perfectly fine. Perhaps she would just be standing there and then the logo itself would be the bit that's flashing, but again, that just doesn't seem very realistic to me. And so I am incredibly skeptical about this, primarily just because of how bad this logo is. Before I move on to my final verdict about this though, I do quickly want to show the other leaked image, the supposed Japanese Coca-Cola ad. I did go ahead and attempt to translate the text here just using Google Translate. If you account for the fact that it doesn't quite make sense just because it's a shoddy translation job, then it just seems like it's saying, oh, you know, promotional stuff for Coca-Cola and Overwatch. Pretty typical of what we would expect. Perhaps most notably of all about this image is the fact that the Overwatch 2 logo is identical to the one from the Tracer promotional image, and I even cropped this one out and overlaid it over the one in the Tracer image, and you can even see that the blotches on it are the exact same, thus disproving any theory that, oh, the blotches might just be the result of the image being distorted from some sort of weird static effect in a video. Sure, that could potentially still be the case for the Tracer image, but the two we see on this Coca-Cola advert was taken directly from the Tracer promo image. Again, theoretically, it could still be real in the Tracer one, but it was definitely just photoshopped into this Coke ad to make it look like Overwatch 2. And it's very safe to say that this Coke ad in particular is 100% fake. Don't believe this one, it is definitely not real. So, going back to the Tracer image then, is this real? As much as I love that image of Tracer and the way she's been slightly redesigned, the absolutely terrible looking logo next to it makes me think that this is in fact fake as well. I will commend whoever put this together because that is a very well designed Tracer model, but the logo itself just doesn't match that same level of professionalness and fine detail. I mean, take away the Overwatch text beneath it, and could you seriously see this logo being on a t-shirt, a mug, a hat, anything? On its own, it just looks bad. The two sticks out way too far. The weighting of it is terribly done. And I'm pretty confident in saying that Blizzard would never put out a logo that looks this bad, especially not when it's the sequel to Overwatch. The standard Overwatch logo is fantastic. It's a great icon and perfectly encapsulates the franchise, but this version of it, it's just bad. It basically throws everything good about the original out the window, tacks on a 2 on the side. So yeah, I'm confident in saying that this image overall is fake. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Do you agree that these leaks are probably fake? Or maybe you've got your own reasons for why they may in fact be real. I would love to hear it, and as always, be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video and share it with a friend if you really liked it. Subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and hit up the bell to never miss any of my future Overwatch content. This is Master Ian Gamer signing off, and until next time, have a great day.